to order one of my pillows. When you do, I'll give you a second one absolutely free.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Curves test you, dare you, and invite you in. Curves help you escape, inspire you, and definitely exhilarate you. And the BMW 3 Series with near perfect weight distribution was designed to call every single one of them. Right now, lease a BMW 320i sedan for as low as $320 a month.
So just a few seconds here, but we'll be back later tonight.
12 hours.
12 hours. Have a great day, everybody. See you tonight. It's happening now. Starts now.
This is a Fox News alert on the final Super Tuesday of an historic primary season. Voters across 6 states now casting their ballots hours after the Associated Press reported some superdelegate commitments have clinched the Democratic nomination for Hillary Clinton, making her the first woman ever to top a major party ticket in the U.S. On the GOP side, a new wrinkle in the controversy over Donald Trump and his attacks on the judge overseeing the Trump University case. Hello, everybody. I'm Melissa Francis in today for Jenna Lee.
And Melissa, good to see you again.
You too.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Shawn in for John Scott this morning. Well, Mr. Trump is under fire, as you know, from both the right and the left. Some Republicans even calling on the presumptive GOP nominee to apologize. Mr. Trump is refusing to back down just as a leaked conference call with those Trump campaign staffers has surfaced. That call shows he insisted his surrogates not only defend, but also ramp up his attacks on that judge and on the media. We have live Team Fox News coverage. Adam Housley's in Los Angeles with the latest on today's California primary. David Lee is in Elizabeth, New Jersey, where a primary is ongoing there. But first, let's start with John Roberts, who is planted outside Trump Tower, reporting on the goings-on inside that building here on Fifth Avenue. Hi, John.
Eric, good morning to you. And, this should be a day of celebration for the Trump campaign. It's the end of the primary season. He's expected to win 5 states handily today. But there's a growing split in the Republican Party over the comments that he made about Judge Curiel, saying that it was impossible for him to be fair to Donald Trump, that he has an absolute conflict of interest because of his, quote, Mexican heritage. Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina, the only African-American in the Senate, said that those comments were racially toxic. Lindsey Graham, also of South Carolina, is encouraging Republicans to withdraw their endorsement of Donald Trump. And just a few minutes ago, the Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, weighed in on this. You might remember that last week Paul Ryan said that the comments came completely out of left field for him. He said this morning, while Hillary Clinton's not the answer, Trump's comments were, quote, indefensible. Here's the Speaker.
I disavow these comments. I regret those comments that he made. I don't think... claiming a person can't do their job because of their race is sort of like the textbook definition of a racist comment. I think that should be absolutely disavowed. It's absolutely unacceptable.
Meanwhile, as you mentioned just a short time ago, Donald Trump is continuing his campaign against Judge Gonzalo Curiel, dialing back a little bit on the idea of his Mexican heritage in an interview with Bill O'Reilly last night, but on a conference call yesterday, telling all of his surrogates who were on the call to keep hammering on Judge Curiel as being unfair and not an impartial judge. Here's Sarah Huckabee Sanders, who was on that call yesterday.
I agree that he should recuse himself. This is a openly liberal Democrat. There's no way he cannot be biased, not impartial. He strongly supports open borders. I completely agree that this is a case that he needs to step away from, and he is too entrenched, I think, on the wrong side in this, and so he should step down.
What's interesting to note is how the tone has changed in the last month or so. Back on May the 6th, Daniel Petruccelli, who was Trump's lead attorney in the Trump University case, you might remember him from the O.J. Simpson civil trial as well as the Enron case, said before reporters outside the courthouse that the judge was doing his job and that he was not going to seek the judge's recusal. Not sure how you square those two things, but that's the difference between early May and where we are now. Donald Trump also doing business. We understand that if not now, very soon he'll be meeting with the chairman of the House Financial Services Committee, Jim Hensarling. Hensarling is expected to, in the next few days, weeks, introduce an alternative to Dodd-Frank, which Donald Trump